Why, hello there, everybody, and welcome to Misscliks D&D Devotion. How are you guys doing today?
Second anthropology is a women's shop.
No! V is going to take Trump shopping. That's what we were just talking about.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
After 2 weeks ago when we did it in-game, Trump had so much fun that they're going to do it in person now.
Yep.
So how has your week been, everybody?
Good. I did 2 days for charity and I raised $2,300.
God,
that was
well
really
done.
cool. And then I'm doing it through the rest of the month, so that people can still donate through while I'm doing my IRL streams in
What charity?
Italy. St. Jude Children's Hospital.
Yay!
So did some fun giveaways for that and did a bunch of cookies and different things, and yeah, it was fun. And then other than that, just getting things in order, leave to Italy tomorrow, so I'm really excited.
Ooh.
Wow, that was so fast that came up.
I know, it's like I feel like this whole last month, I feel like it hasn't, like, it's been like a week, but it's been almost a month and a half now.
Jeez.
Somebody. Anybody.
Olivia.
Hey, wait, I'll get closer to the mic. But my cat doesn't like to get too close.
Jira rules that household.
Hello, Jen.
Jen is not talking.
Jen, you're muted now. Did you break it?
She broke it. Trump, how's it going, man? How's your week been?
I've had a pretty busy week. So last week I missed because I was flying over to Poland where I participated in a Gwent tournament. I unfortunately didn't do that well in the Gwent tournament, but it was a nice trip. It made me realize, you know what, traveling isn't all that bad. So perhaps I'll be going to more things in the future, such as something coming up. I'm not entirely sure if I can say it, so I'm not even going to say it.
Well, what was so cool about traveling to Poland that made you want to travel more?
It wasn't that great. It's just that it didn't suck.
Poland, it doesn't suck.
How long was the flight to get there?
It took about 13 hours. I think part of it is because in the past on these long flights, I have not actually ever really used a laptop. And
Oh,
yeah, it's really bad when you just sit there and do nothing.
yeah, for a long flight, of course. But they like, planes have so many movies on them now. Like, I always catch up on like old movies, I feel like.
Yeah, but this time around I didn't have to catch up on old movies. I just watched a few of the shows that have been recommended to me over the years. So that's kind of nice.
Nice.
I'm
How'd
back.
you do in the tournament?
What was that?
How'd you do in the tournament?
I did better than most people expected. I only had a week of practice, so I unfortunately lost in the first round, but it was a very close loss.
Best of one?
Best of 5.
Ooh.
Went 2-3.
Ooh.
That's
I would
not
have been
bad.
able to win if I had played better, but unfortunately I didn't.
That's okay.
But it's a little bit inspiring. It makes you want it a little bit more. It's like feeling that fire down here.
What about you, Anna?
Dude, this is a huge week for me. So many things that I've been working on. You probably saw that the Mr. Rogers Marathon launched on Twitch,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
the most beautiful and pure, perfect thing on the internet right now.
That's right. I'm going to win that Twitch cardigan, one of them.
How? Sorry. I'll wait.
Please
It-
tell.
Mr. Rogers, I didn't realize until I was older how much he had shaped my personality, but I'm sitting there in all my free time watching episodes and being like, you're right, Mr. Rogers. I like myself just the way I am too. And I am still learning and we're all still learning. It's, oh my gosh, it's amazing. So I highly recommend watching it. And if you want to win a special Twitch purple cardigan, you can host Mr. Rogers. And yeah, so there's that. I haven't been working as closely on that as I've been working on something else called Twitch Unity, which is a day that Twitch is setting aside. Well, Twitch Unity is not the day. We're setting aside a day to celebrate Twitch Unity. Twitch Unity being the idea that Twitch is a place that we want to welcome everyone it is a diverse place, it's an inclusive place, and so we're asking that all the creators on Twitch spend time talking about why diversity and inclusivity are important to them, if they are, or just put a little badge on their stream to say they're celebrating, or do whatever they feel to celebrate Twitch Unity on May 26th. So we released a graphics package and we're selling a shirt, and there's going to be a new global emote that looks like little purple heart hands. And it's just kind of a way to get everyone talking about inclusion and welcoming everyone. So the Twitch inclusivity group has been working on that, and I have too. So that got announced. And it feels like lots of other stuff. Oh, the Stream of Annihilation was announced, which is Dungeons and Dragons proper, like Wizards of the Coast is inviting a whole bunch of us to come and play D&D and celebrate D&D on June 2nd and 3rd. Myself and Kelly Link, who you've seen in a few Misscliks one-offs, will be the hosts, and then there's going to be lots of people playing Dungeons and Dragons there as well. And with that announcement, we also announced a new show called Misscliks D&D Risen, which is in collaboration with Wizards of the Coast, which is going to be on their channel, but produced by Misscliks, and Neil is going to play in it.
I'm going to be a player. I'm not going to be a DM, so it's going to be great.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to playing 5e.
Do you want to tease anything about your character or anything like that? You don't have to, but I saw that you had a character sheet today.
Yeah. He's a character I've played before. His name is Langus Volmator. He's kind of like the last of his line, sort of noble knight sort of guy who's lost all of his family, and he's kind of just maybe trying to set things right, except kind of like a cross between Inigo Montoya, where he like is a drunkard in Greenland and unemployed and just kind of like hanging out doing nothing, and then ends up going on this mission, but with some sort of noble backstory. That's the nuts and bolts. I'm actually going to be fleshing out the character and everything this week on stream.
Fun.
Oh.
What have you been up to this week, Neil? That was a segue.
Ooh, clever. I should pick up on those more easily in the future.
You were just trying to let me finish if I had more, which I appreciate. It's very nice.
Oh, thank you. We started Frozen Frontier on Sunday. We did the prelude episode, or the prologue episode, where how all the characters ended up meeting, getting together, and going on this, long Arctic exploration. And that was a lot of fun. It was really nice having a prologue episode. I think I want to do that for all of my campaigns going forward. Like having there's no danger, you're not going to die, you can do whatever exposition you want. Just like, this is how everyone gets to know each other. I think it really helps form a base of activity. So that was a lot of fun. And that's it. That's all I did this week.
Jen, is your mic working now?
I think so.
Yay!
Yay! So there's still not much I can say about my job, but I can say that today they just announced that there's 3 new Ubisoft titles coming out before, I think it's March 31st, 2018 or something, like this fiscal or whatever. And they announced that there's a new Assassin's Creed, there's The Crew 2, and there's Far Cry 5. And there's going to be more info. I feel I read that it was at E3. So you can or cannot speculate around those, but I may or may not be involved with one of them. And I am going to E3. So you cannot
confirm or deny.
No, we can't say yet about the project somehow. But I may be involved in one of these. We're getting close to some real facts here, people.
Maybe.
I'm glad you're going to E3. I haven't seen you in person in a long time.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I don't know if, we always have like a Ubisoft Club Lounge thing or a Uplay Lounge or a thing like that. So I may be there instead of on the show floor, or maybe do one day of show floor and then one day of the lounge thing. Because I think it's usually where they bring like the YouTubers and influencers and stuff, and I think that may be what I'm doing. Because I may know some of them, so it may be cool.
Awesome.
Maybe. It's not confirmed, but sounds good. There's going to be a lot of people this year at E3 because of the whole public thing. Like they opened it up to the public, so it's going to be way crazier. Yeah, usually it's just like press and industry people. And now there's going to be it's going to be like Gamescom, basically. Which is like mayhem, madness, stuff like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's everybody, right?
Yep.
All right. So what happened last week for those of you that were here last week?
Well, we had an intervention for Kess because she's hitting the hard stuff again. But
Don't you mean you realized the error of your ways and believed your sister finally?
yeah, that's what I meant actually.
Oh, and we did the bridge lighting ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
We played a killer show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
And then
that's
I
Some
was,
spoken word.
And somebody went off to beat somebody.
Yes, that's going to be the start of today's episode.
I still don't know what I'm doing. It's super stressful, guys.
We should give a more complete explanation of the drama leading up to that.
Well, there was some chatter, right? What's his name? Guy Claypool was kind of pulling people aside, trying to talk out his personal problems with them. And in the process, got everybody to talk about their personal problems with each other and with themselves. So we got some people making fun of Cass, people saying she's just a druggie and doesn't know what she's doing. But I think by the end of the day, by the end of the session, people kind of came around like, all right, maybe Cass isn't full of crap. Maybe she's, there's something to this drug-infused dream that she had. And Kellen and Guy Claypool kind of put aside their differences after, they've been kind of awkward with each other. It turns out that Kellen thought Guy Claypool was hitting on Olivia or still had things for her. And Guy was like, no, but I was weird because I thought you were weird to me, so I was being weird to you. And they kind of got that all situated.
And Guy said that he has a crush on someone, but that someone is dating a friend of his and he doesn't know what to do. And he keeps asking everyone for advice, but hasn't revealed who that someone is that he has a crush on.
Right. And Olivia got called away during the bridge lighting ceremony and musical number by this strange and handsome man.
Lord Gilder.
Yes. And they agreed to go on a date the next day.
No.
A horseback ride.
No, she says.
No. She said that she would consider meeting him at his place the next day to have a chat.
Sure.
That's it.
Yeah. Definitely not a date.
Definitely not a horseback ride date. With
Definitely
the
not. No, they're just going to, have some actors come over and perform a play while they chill. It'll be fun.
It's
Yeah.
like Netflix and chill, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
acting and chill.
Yeah.
Private performance and chill.
Yeah. But I think that's where we're going to pick up is it is the next day. Hold on. Ransom. The entire time that all this stuff was going on, Ransom had been brought along by Kel Bell to help get rid of those damn dirty orcs who have been living in the Wrathwood and causing all these problems. So Ransom suited up with his armor, went off with Kel Bell and her soldiers to eliminate the orcs from the Wrathwood. And he will be coming back and rejoining the party after we figure out what's happened with Olivia. So Olivia, it's the next day. It's time to decide what you're going to be doing. Are you going to go meet Lord Gilder?
Don't know.
She's calling an audible, guys.
I mean, if you don't go, you'll always wonder. He could just be a cool guy to know. He could be influential. He could be useful later on in life.
All right, she'll go. Fine, yeah, I'll do your quest thing. I'll get the drama you're looking for.
All right. So you make your way to Lord Gilder's house.
I put on my pretty dress, might as well.
His full name is Lord Alex Gilder.
Yeah.
And you find your way to his manor on the edge of town, and it is fairly impressive. It's like 3 stories. It's like 100 feet long. It's this big, huge manor house. And you can see there's this big pasture out back, and there's some horses kind of grazing in the open pasture. There's everything that you could ever want in like a big mansion. And one of the footmen sees you coming up towards the front door, and immediately,
With my sexy dress.
yeah, he immediately steps aside and gives you a bit of a salute and opens the door for you and says, "Lady Olivia, we have been expecting you. Please, men."
Do people usually call me lady, or is he
Oh, God,
going
no.
over fancy?
He's being very
that's-
proper and polite.
How would the lady reply to that? Like, just thank you, or?
Sure, whatever.
All right, she just thanks him and goes along.
Okay. You get brought inside the manor house, which is a little bit cold. It's made out of all this marble and stone, so it's a little bit chilly in here. But you get taken to a parlor where there's a nice roaring fire, and someone pours you a cup of mulled wine. And a few minutes later, Lord Gilder steps in the room and walks over to you with his arms out and like, "Oh, welcome, my lovely lady." And he comes over, takes your hand, goes down on one knee, and gives you a kiss on the back of your hand. How are you doing this fine winter morning?
It's winter.
Yeah.
Is it super cold and snowy, or like?
No, it's a very temperate area. It's quite nice.
So like California.
Yeah.
Oh well, that's really winter then.
Yeah. Canadians.
Totally. So I'm like, oh yeah, it's a good day, beautiful sun, no reason to whine.
I saw you the other day on that bridge in that wearing your armor, and I thought to myself, a lady of your accomplishments shouldn't be walking around in battered, bent bronze chainmail. So I pulled from my stores, and he gives a clap of his hands, and one of his men comes in behind him with a set of steel chainmail stretched out over his hands. We don't talk about this very often, but Arcadia, this continent, is very iron poor, so almost everything is made out of brass, bronze, or copper. So here he is bringing you a nice set of steel chainmail, which is an expensive gift.
And what does it? It doesn't change anything. It's just why isn't like?
It doesn't rust. It doesn't break down as easily, and if you're fighting against people who have steel weapons, there's no penalty. Normally, like bronze chainmail versus steel weapons has a AC 1 worse. Steel chainmail against steel weapons is the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's like marginally better, but really expensive.
And it fits me, like he made it fit already.
Chainmail is nice and bulky and can fit many shapes. It's kind of a one-size-fits-all sort of armor.
Really? I thought I had to wait like a month to get my chainmail done.
No, a breastplate would have to be done properly.
All right. My, that's a big gift. I don't feel I did anything to deserve this. I feel I need to repay you.
Nonsense. Gifts are just that. Gifts. There's no obligation or debt attached to them.
Then I start like scavenging through my bag quickly. Let's see. I don't think I have anything interesting at all. Looking through it. My GSL badge.
You can't give away your GSL badge.
No, that won't cut it, no. Hammer, that's not interesting. Signet ring? Why did I have a signet ring? Is it my family's signet ring?
I don't know.
Oh, I can't give him that. That's too much. Damn, I have nothing cool to give. I'm sad.
Well,
that's what I say. I'm like scavenging through my bag. I'm like, my signature. No, I can't give.
Please, Olivia, you don't need to. Excuse my formality, my impolite friendliness. Miss Olivia, you don't need to give me anything in return. This is a gift. Would you like a tour of my house?
Yeah, of course. It looks like an awesome place. Tell me about it.
We'll do the short one. The long one takes most of the day. In here is my family's ancestral library. My great-grandfather was he kind of talks about his great-grandfather was this wizard who collected all these books, and he then leads you into this trophy room with a big fireplace, but there's nothing going on there. And there's all these like animal heads all along the walls looking down on you. It's a little bit terrifying, but kind of cool. It's got this dark
They're
wood
really
walls.
into hunting. Did you hunt all of these?
I've hunted that one, and that one. These were my father, those my grandfather, those my brother, those back there are my great-grandfather. You can see they're falling apart a
Damn,
little
you
bit.
guys are really into like sedentary lifestyle.
Hmm,
You know, like all that accumulation of things. Like it's a very rich history, but I see that you guys really, you kind of settle in a place, right? You make it
Well.
your territory.
We have claimed Bridgelight for our own in many ways, but
Mhm.
I find that nothing replaces the open countryside on your horse. There's
Yeah,
there's
kind of
something
how I
about
think about life.
yes, there's something about moving around and traveling that just enriches an otherwise dull but safe lifestyle.
Mhm.
I do my best to get around. Speaking of, I actually have to cut our afternoon a little. I will have to cut our afternoon a little short. There is a prized piece of art that is going up for auction in the capital that I must travel to and secure it. And if we don't leave by today, we won't make it in time. But I still have an afternoon free if you would like to, say, go for a short ride down by the lakeside.
Right now?
He gives a shrug. The horses are ready. The lake is not that far away. I have a few hours left.
I guess we can chat on horses, sure.
Okay. He takes you to his stables where there's like 12 horses. 7 of them are out in the pasture. The other 5 are, in the stables right now. Some of them are getting ready to be attached to this
Yeah.
carriage, and there's 2 that are set aside. Or I'm sorry, 5 that are set aside for riding right now. You see, there are 3 bodyguards that kind of quietly are following you around and mount up next to you as you guys are getting ready. And then Lord Gilder goes, you and Lord Gilder for a ride near the lake. What do you have to say to him during all of this?
Yeah, I want to chat about the ball.
The ball.
Yeah, I want to try to get his perspective on things and like how he noticed me, but like also what happened.
Well, I noticed you immediately when you were presenting the band.
Mhm.
How could one not?
Hmm. Were you there when the commotion happened? Like, you noticed everyone becoming kind of in this trance?
Well, I am a little embarrassed to say that I drank a little bit too much that evening, and it's all rather a blur, but what I seem to have heard is that everyone had a little bit too much and things got out of hand.
Yeah,
I,
actually, I don't think people got too drunk. I think something unusual happened, like someone tempered with something, either food or like used magic or something. It felt very planned.
well,
And somehow I didn't get affected and the musicians neither. It's very strange.
as long as I didn't make a fool of myself in your eyes, I suppose it's all well.
No, not at all, not at all. It was very weird though, that orc attack.
I have heard that it was you and your brave companions that turned back the orcs and managed to save Kelbel, her husband, and the woman to be.
Yeah, I cast a little spell and convinced the orcs to turn back because I spoke Urkish.
Well, perhaps that was the moment you enchanted me too.
Haha, no, I wouldn't do such a thing. I wouldn't use charm to charm a lord. That would be very inappropriate.
Hmm.
However, I do need to go get that the person who got kidnapped. The lady who was getting married, was it?
I
The
believe
niece and nephew.
Kel Bell and her soldiers are already out in the Wrathwood
Mhm.
searching for her.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried for her. With all these orc attacks, this thing has been planned for months.
Hmm.
It was very strange. Well, if you hear of anything, I wouldn't want the city to be attacked by orcs again.
I think our ladyship here is quite the soldier and will keep us safe and sound. She has been doing so. How long has she been in charge now? 10 years? Anyway, I think this is the location where we should sit down and have a short snack. And he pulls from his horse's saddles a bottle of champagne, some crackers, some wine, some cheese, some small meats, grapes, and the guards set up a perimeter around you guys, a healthy 100 feet away or so you guys can talk privately. They stay mounted. Yeah. And you guys have a lovely little picnic down on the shore of this lake.
Mm-hmm. Which spells do I have? I guess I always have arson. I can do little lightweight magic with that, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Light effects and stuff.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
sort of magical things are you doing?
Oh, I just wanted to show him a little bit of my magic.
He watches.
So I do a little magic trick, and I'm like, "Do you know anything about magic?"
As my grandfather was a magician. A sorcerer,
really?
I'm sorry. He would kill me if I said magician. But unfortunately, he passed when I was a young boy.
Neil, in that world, are people like gifted with magic? Do you study it? Like, how do you? Go
Usually, not everyone can learn it, and then you have to study. So if you are born with the aptitude for it, then you can progress to a certain point with a certain amount of study.
Could I know if he has the aptitude for it?
No. That sort of thing, you just kind of have to try, or kind of, you can feel it out yourself, sort of, sometimes.
Have you ever felt like he transmitted that to you?
That has crossed my mind, but my late father he was unable to, and it ate at him. I think it damaged their relationship quite a bit. He took the opposite approach, rebelling against all things magical. When my grandfather passed, he removed all of the magical items from our house and had them shipped away.
That's crazy.
Well,
Did he ship it to another part of your family or something?
he nods. Yes, to my cousins.
Mm.
Or his brothers and sisters.
Yeah. Well, maybe you should try to see if you have any magic in you.
Well, I'd need a good tutor.
How would I make him try to do like an orison or something?
Sure. So you guys practice at casting spells, and you try and get him to intone the right words, and it's pretty cute, but he doesn't really have any, nothing comes of this half an hour little practice of make this hand gesture and say these words and da-da-da-da-da. And soon enough... Oh, go ahead.
I guess you'll have to work on magic some more. What about fighting? Do you do any fighting?
He gives you a bit of a smile. Well, as I said, my father before me was a martial type. He saw to it that I was schooled in the ways of war. I spent a few years in the army.
Maybe we should, what's the word, like spar? Maybe we should spar.
He smiles and calls over his guards and has them hand each of you guys a sword. And you guys can battle back and forth.
Nice.
We don't have to roll it out, but we could.
Can I know like how good he is versus me? Like, do I feel I'm more skilled or he's more skilled?
All right, I'm going to give him. I'm going to make like.
I can
No,
roll.
that's a bad way of doing it. How should I do this? Sure, I'm going to make a bunch of rolls for him.
Mm-hmm.
And hold on, what level is he? He is. I'm going to make a bunch of rolls for him and then just show you what the totals are without showing you the bonus. And then you can kind of devise for yourself how good he is.
Well, I should roll 2 then.
Sure. Yeah, you guys can battle back and forth.
Plus how much? Plus 3?
Yeah, you can use whatever weapon you have. You don't have to use a sword. And you're level 5, so
How
it should
many should I
be... Why don't you make 10 rolls? And he'll make 10 rolls.
Shit. What the fuck? Those are horrible.
They are pretty bad. His
Holy
rolls
shit.
are 23, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
What?
7, 8, 9, 10.
What? He's so much better than me.
Crushed.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
he wrecks you very quickly with the flat of his blade.
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I'd say that. I'm like, wow, I'm really impressed. I would have assumed the Lord would forgive me, but, you know, kind of use his guard as, like, doing his bidding.
I've never been a man to let other people do my work for me.
You can
Except for the
definitely-
boring work. Other people can do the boring work for me, but
Yeah.
the
You can
fun
definitely
stuff.
stand on your own.
Yes. Anyway, I believe it is time we head back. I wouldn't want to miss the auction in the capital.
Hmm. What do you do for a living? Do lords do anything, or do they just live off money?
I collect taxes for a living, I suppose, or really other people collect taxes on my behalf, and then my coffers are filled, and I spend the day doing whatever I please. But that's kind of why I called you over last night, is it can be rather lonely with all this time and money on my hands, and without another person to share your life with, it seems rather empty.
Yeah, I get what you mean. And I think you're really charming and nice and good looking, to be fair. And then I wink to him. And then I say, but I really don't think I can fit this lifestyle. I'm not the kind to be tied down. And, you know, like I already got this gig as a band manager, which I feel like I'm kind of expanding right now. Like I have 2 bands managing right now. And, you know, we're kind of making our name for ourselves. And it's really exciting. And I feel I'm part of this big project. And it's kind of like a little family. And I don't know how you can fit into all that. And I can't quit. I love these people.
I know. what
I
you
like
mean.
you, but I can't. I can't live in a castle like that while it's beautiful and
Young
there's horses and.
Lady Olivia, I would never want to take you away from the things that you love. The light that shines out of you is what has attracted me to you, and I'm sure that is in part due to the band managing and adventuring you've done with these friends of yours. And I wouldn't dream of taking that from you, but do consider coming back to me if you find the band managing grows wearisome, or things don't work out, or you feel like you've completed it to your satisfaction. Because
Yeah.
I myself have grown tired of this life here, and promise not to tell anyone. Just between you and me, I've been thinking about selling the property, buying a ship, and sailing around the world.
That sounds like a blast.
Hmm.
I think you should do it. I think it would reveal a lot of things in your inner self, and you learn a lot about life, you know, like leaving the family cocoon, finding out more about yourself.
I'm waiting until I find someone to enjoy the travel with me before I go. Although, maybe I should just go and find someone along the way. Anyway, it seems that we're back home already. I'll have one of my men take you in a carriage back to wherever it is that you're staying. If next time you're in town, look me up.
Yeah, I'm sure our paths will cross again. It was nice seeing you. Have a good day.
He moves in close to give you a hug.
I go for the hug. I give him a kiss on the cheek.
All right, he returns it.
And I notice that he smells good.
Does the kiss on the cheek turn into...
No.
No, there's
No,
no
I
like
don't do
sliding
anything.
slightly?
And I give him a look.
Okay, because I think, you go for the kiss, he goes for
Yeah.
the kiss, and then maybe, just pulls back slightly so you know the
Yeah.
angle and everything.
Yeah, we pulled back. No. There's no kiss on kissing.
Okay.
Act. But I give him a look, and then I turn away and I almost run out. Like I walk away very quickly.
All right. A carriage takes you back to the tavern, where you find Kess and Kellen waking up, stretching out, coming downstairs for food. And
Damn.
And also, moments later, Ransom walks in through the front door, having traveled all night to get back to you guys as quickly as possible.
Ransom! And I run to greet him and give him kisses all over.
Oh,
Yeah. I run over and pick her up and hug her and twirl her around. Oh, it was tough work slaying these orcs.
Yeah? How many
with
orcs
you.
did you slay?
Let's see, did we actually encounter orcs?
oh yeah. You can say how you slew as many as you wanted.
Yeah, man, there were a lot of them. About a dozen.
Oh, you're so strong. I'm so proud of you. I'm so glad you didn't come back hurt at all.
Yeah, I'm kind of
And I
hiding.
look over for wounds.
Yeah, you actually see a few.
Ransom?
Well, these orcs don't just take it lying down.
Yes, I know. But make sure you tend to those. And I immediately go get some stuff to clean his wounds up.
Okay. Olivia has also returned.
Yeah. Wait. I'm aware of this whole armor thing. I have to think of something.
Wait. Oh,
So-
are you wearing the new
Wait,
armor?
No, that's the thing. I'm thinking about it, and I want to ask a few questions to Neil. So, would this armor fit another party member?
Definitely.
All right, I come back holding the armor, not wearing it.
Okay. You had the whole carriage ride to think about it, so that's not a problem. Olivia comes into the bar. Ransom follows shortly behind. Kellen, you woke up today and Olivia was gone, or maybe she, took off early. But here she comes back with this beautiful set of steel chainmail.
She didn't tell me where she was going or anything.
No, I said I was going, in the last episode.
That's
said
right.
I was going to meet about the band, possibly for this Lord guy.
Mhm.
Right. And it was specifically about our band, right?
Yeah, your band and the new band that we have,
Right.
which has no name.
Babe, oh my gosh, how did your meeting go?
Well, it seemed like it kind of got short, so I didn't have a clear answer because he was going to buy this prize piece of art somehow, so we kind of had to go. But we kind of talked about the ball. You remember the ball?
Yeah.
Where he met us and he heard about the whole commotion with the orcs and everything. And he was so thankful that we saved the city that he offered us this glorious chainmail armor. I don't know who's gonna use it, but I figured we should. It's a nice gift. It's cool.
Oh my
We're kind
gosh.
of the
it's
heroes of the
so-
town now,
Babe, he was probably totally flirting with you and you didn't even notice
don't think
because he
so.
gave you such an expensive gift. Totally.
No, it was for the band. It was for thanking us for saving the city.
I guess that makes sense. You're right.
Yeah. Do you think it would fit you?
I don't know. Want me to try it on?
Yeah, sure.
Wait, if it was to thank us, why wouldn't there be more pieces of armor for all of us?
Well, you know how iron is. It's so rare.
There's just
you probably-
one set.
You probably just had one around.
I touch it and lift it, and I'm like,
It's fresh, brand new, no dents.
Makes
this
sense
is
to
a
me.
very nice piece.
Armor like this is pretty expensive. It'd be pretty expensive to get 4 suits of this.
Yes, but
Yeah,
why
you
would you
probably
only
didn't-
give us one? Is it for us
Yeah, it's for us.
to share?
Well, he probably figured that just one of us was a big fighter and that the others were maybe not.
So it fits anybody, you said, right?
Yeah.
Well, to be
Okay.
honest, if I was him, I would have probably expected Ransom to be the only fighter, because I would let's be honest here, with the society and how it is today, you'd expect the 2 musicians to definitely not be fighters, and you would not expect the band manager to be a big fighter, especially in sexy dresses like we did have.
Well, then I guess this is for you. And I go to hand it to Ransom.
Oh, very good. I could use a new pair. These orcs scratched up my last one quite a bit.
Were you wearing chainmail before?
Yeah, I was.
All right. Well, this is same, but it provides a protection of +1 against steel weapons, which is nice.
Did you have the full chainmail set?
Yeah.
Well,
Kellen's kind of stolen about
what
this
about-
because Olivia gave it to him
yeah.
first.
What about Kiss and Kellen? What are they wearing?
We wear leather, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if this heavy chain is right for you performers.
I don't know. Is it?
Whatever, it's fine. If I have Olivia, I don't need any physical possessions to
Well-
be happy.
Oh.
That's very sweet, babe. But I really don't want you to die, so I'm thinking that maybe you should wear this chainmail. This bronze chainmail that we have lying around.
Well, I think that we don't wear chainmail as much because of certain bonuses we have.
Is it true?
It affects their thief skills a little bit, yeah. But it's also heavy.
Jumping over skills.
Yeah.
I forget, does it have anything to do with magic? Can you cast in the chain?
You cannot cast wizard spells and armor, also.
And they cast wizard spells.
Oh, you can't? Why?
I think it's a balancing thing. In the book, it gives some bullshit explanations that don't make any sense.
Gotcha.
Then maybe we should lend this bronze chainmail to, I don't know, Guy Claypool. Or
What if we sold it?
How
Is
much
it worth a lot of money?
I don't think so.
I mean, it's a brand new set of chainmail.
Well, not the new one, the old one, the bronze one.
Oh.
I sell the new one. I think this old one suits me just fine.
Well, I'll wear the new one then. I think it looks much
No,
better.
no. You should wear the new one, but let's get rid of your.
I'll wear the new one, yeah.
No. Ransom should wear the new one. Like you said, he's the fighter in the group, right?
Yeah, he is. I guess it was meant for him.
Well, I like this guy already.
So, how was this guy? Was he like. He wasn't super flirty with you?
No,
Why
would
did
he
he-
be?
Why would he just want to meet with just you and not the whole band?
Because she's the manager,
Yeah,
obviously.
the band manager.
Whoa, Kellen, you okay over there?
Neil, can I roll for perception to see if I think if I notice any weird, disingenuous stuff from.
Sure, why don't you roll me a charisma check against Jen's willpower skill? So Jen roll willpower, Anna roll a charisma, and if Anna beats Jen, then she'll notice something.
And I'm kind of.
We're both just fools in love.
Yeah.
Smooth.
Yeah.
So smooth.
Jen's letting out all these signs, and Kess is not picking up a single one of them.
Wait, Kess,
Sorry, Kellen.
am I picking up anything? Like,
I don't know,
talking to
make
them
me a
both, 'cause they're
charisma check.
both, like,
Make me a charisma check and beat 20.
okay. Wait, 20 for serious?
All you gotta do is beat 20. That's real easy.
Oh my.
20 combined with your score.
Yeah. D20
That's
plus.
That was a 2 for Jen.
Yeah. Do you have 18 charisma, Jen?
No, 18 willpower.
Oh, willpower. Right, of course. Of course. Thank you.
So I think I should get another roll against V.
I think this is just what you're acting like right now.
Wait, what did it say?
You didn't beat it, so no, you don't notice anything either. You gotta beat.
Oh my gosh.
You gotta beat.
And
Jen's
I'm
like, yeah, no, he's totally not flirting with me. And we're all like,
Jen
yeah,
should
sounds
re-roll.
real. That sounds totally
Yeah.
legit.
And I don't think Ransom's gonna question everything because he got the new chainmail armor.
All I want to do is make sure to, thank that Lord personally sometime.
Sure. Fine by me.
I'll just go up to him, proudly donning it, and say, "You're all right, man."
Wait, is he back at the.
No, he's
bar
not
too?
there.
Coming late from his bedroom is Guy Claypool. He's looking pretty down. His shoulders are slumped. He's hanging his head and kind of shuffling his feet a little bit.
Guy, what's wrong? And I go up to him immediately.
He looks around and makes eye contact with Kellen. Well, I guess most of you know about this, he says, looking at everyone else. I talked to Bash about that thing with the girl.
Mm-hmm.
What thing with the girl?
Oh, I was trying to tell you, and you had more important stuff. So anyway, Bash is gone. He got really upset at me.
What? Why? Why would he leave?
I told him that there was someone I was interested in, and he said I was betraying his friendship by being interested in his girlfriend, and he got really pissed off and left. And he called me a traitor, accused me of throwing away everything that we built up together for all these years, and
Do you know where he went?
he shakes his
When
head.
did he leave? Last night or this morning?
Last night.
Hopefully he's just probably still around town. You might want to go look for him.
We'll
Well,
help you
actually,
find him.
no. Yeah, let's go look for him.
I don't.
Or this is an excellent time to cut him loose, too.
I look over at Ransom. And I just look at him and I'm like,
A man is making his own decision here. We should respect it.
oh, Ransom.
So it was his girlfriend that you were into?
Remember when we were like talking and I told you that?
Yeah.
Or did I? Was it Olivia that I told? I don't remember which one of you I told that to. I think it was you, Kellen. But yeah, it was Ransom's girlfriend. Remember Kalena? And
Oh, no.
Where's Kalena now?
I don't know. I think he probably went off to go find her, and that was last night. And I don't think he's coming back. He was pretty pissed. I've known Bash a long time, and he's big on loyalty, you know. And I think he's. Well, at least you don't have to include him in the band now.
That is excellent news.
Yeah.
No, this is bad.
you.
We need to find him. What if something happens to the poor guy?
He's fine. He can take care of himself. Look, if he's not gonna, if he's gonna throw away all our friendship over, a misunderstanding, then that's his loss.
Well,
Those are
perhaps
wise
you guys
words.
just need to sit down and talk again when he's like cooled down. But we should go find him and make sure something hasn't happened to him. It'll be okay. And I give him I hug him.
I go to his other side and hug him too. I'm like, we're here for you, man.
Yeah.
Hug!
Thanks,
Good
guys.
hug.
Oh, he starts to cry just a little bit, and then gains his composure. Goes, "No, that's fine. It's fine." Look, maybe I will go look for him, but I think it's something I should do alone.
You don't have to do anything alone, man. We're here for you.
That means a lot.
Yeah.
Right, guys? We'll go with them. We'll go with them.
Yeah,
Come on,
let's
let's go.
As you guys are getting ready to head out the door opens up, and in steps Kelbell and a couple of her bodyguards. She looks pretty haggard, like she's got back just a moment ago. So maybe an hour or so after Ransom and Olivia came in.
Hey, Cowbell.
She comes over to your table a little breathlessly. Goes, greetings, Ransom. You left in such a hurry after we finished those orcs. I didn't get a proper chance to thank you.
Of course, I can't stay too far away from Cass for too long a time.
Of course.
Aw,
And I like hug
so
him.
sweet.
I wish my husband were as good of a man as you. Sometimes I think he likes music more than me, but it suits our relationship.
Nah, he just needs to be distracted a little while you're off doing the cool stuff.
Well, speaking of distractions and leaving, the left wing of my scouting party returned just after you left, Ransom, and they discovered something really terrible. Just across the canal from the Wrathwood is a town, an Eridonian town, by the name of Longcast. Have any of you been there before?
Nope.
Well, the scouts
I've only been to short cast and medium cast.
Nah.
My
Ransom gives a groan.
Those are
my
legitimate towns, you know. It's just like up north.
my scouts report they saw the town on fire, or at least large plumes of smoke rising from it.
Oh, doesn't
It's
sound
like our
a
song,
thing.
That Town is on Fire. That town is on fire. That town is on fire.
On fire.
Perhaps
Yeah.
my husband will enjoy that one more than me. Anyhow, I was thinking we need somebody to go investigate that, of course. Can't just leave burning cities alone. But rather than send my usual detail of scouts, I thought if there really is something wrong with Longcast,
Then
If it's-
you, I kind of interrupt her, should send a group of performing travelers instead. Is that what you were about to say?
it is someone who is able
I don't
to.
approve of your strategy, Calbell.
Why not?
Well, you see, you may not know this, but performers are meant to perform, and scouts are meant to perform the task of scouting.
And that is exactly what I have in mind, my dear Ransom. You see, bureaucracy is a pain in the ass. It will be the end of the world eventually. And oftentimes it is more important how one delivers a message than the contents of it. If there truly is a threat to Longcast, it threatens all of Mistrea. And if such a thing exists, I know our bureaucracy here would be slow to react, and we would need a group of well-spoken, talented people to not only convey whatever it is that's happening over there as facts, but also, I don't want to say emotionally, but if I told you there was a starving child in the streets, you probably would shrug your shoulders and say, yes, so what? There are starving children everywhere. Let's not worry about it. But if you saw the starving child yourself, you would be compelled to intervene. Similarly, if you hear that your neighbor is doing poorly, you might not think too much about it. But if a report comes back from someone who can give you all of the details, the little nuts and bolts of the problem, you might be more compelled to act. Does that make sense?
Wow, that was a pretty good analogy, Belle.
Thank you.
I would never just say that any child should be left to starve in the streets. I would make a song about it. And it would go, starving around the world, there's children in the streets. And then I would go save them.
That was brilliant.
Thanks.
Well then, will you investigate the happenings at Longcast? Hopefully it's nothing. But if I send men with Mistrean uniforms over there, it could be problematic. They don't typically take well to uniformed soldiers from other kingdoms walking into their town. Normally we have to send in plainclothes officers and spies, and that just gets messy. Sending a group of bards not only relays the message better, but is easier to get into the town. I wouldn't ask you to risk your lives. Turn back at the first sign of danger, of course.
Well, and I'm assuming that since, we are here to work for our living, that you're offering a fair price for such messenger duties?
Of course.
What would that price be?
What did
We
you
will-
come back?
We will, of course, pay for all of your travel expenses. And on top of that, I think a reasonable wage for such an endeavor would be, would pay 100 gold for that.
I whisper to Ransom. Does she pay you for going?
Yeah, you probably came back with some money, Ransom. Why don't you take 50 gold for your services?
Nice. Yeah, she did.
Her rich.
Oh, Jen, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
I don't know what we're gonna do with all this money. It's kind of just weighing me down at this point.
We should buy something very fancy.
Didn't we already do that 2 weeks ago?
That is true. You did buy me a beautiful dress.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, you can talk about how to spend your money after you've earned it. There may be people dying.
Of course.
Well, Belle,
Don't worry about Olivia. Sometimes she just runs away like that. She'll be back.
Something is up with Olivia today, I think.
Yeah, she kind of lost her voice. I don't know.
Yeah. I wonder what really happened today.
Well, none of us are suspicious at all because none of us are perceptive whatsoever.
well, Belle, from what I know, Longcast is across a river. How do we get there?
There are two ways. You can either head to Thabin in the north or Dawngate in the south, and then take a boat to Longcast. The canal that separates the two is too steep to scale. It's a few hundred feet, and deep, salty waters.
Hey, Kess, have you learned any new spells that'll let us traverse a few hundred feet yet? Let's go the correct way.
Let me check my book.
So, what are you hoping that we do once we get there?
Take a look around, see what the problem is, relay it back to me, and if it is important enough, then to the king.
All right. So, just the origin of the fire.
She nods.
You know that we do have like a dragon issue, like over there.
I am well aware of the dragon issue. That's why I'm so concerned about this. If our kingdom is plagued by a dragon and our neighbor's kingdom is plagued by a dragon,
Then that's good, because that means the two dragons might fight each other.
I hadn't thought of it that way. It's important for us to know whatever is happening over there. If cities are on fire, we're in some form of trouble one way or another, and we should figure it out.
Do you think it could be the orcs?
It could be. It is just on the other side of the Wrathwood. Perhaps they have fled in their ships, or maybe there are more orcs that came from Longcast. I don't know.
That makes sense. It's about time for those orcs to flee.
Well, take your trip to Thabin or Dawngate. Come back. Give me a expense report, and we'll pay whatever debts you've incurred, as well as a 100 gold payment.
Sounds good.
Yeah, you're so good at invoices and expense reports, babe, because you're the band manager. I just think you're so sexy and so capable.
There is nothing as sexy as an expense report.
Yep, a well done expense report.
Columns, rows, little tallies, black and red ink.
Oh yeah, I do it all.
I must be off. It's time to see my husband again. And
Goodbye, Cole.
with that, she leaves, and I think we go to our first break. So we'll see you guys on the other side of our break. Bye-bye.
Bye.